Well, hi, folks. Hey, here we are, out and about. Excuse me. I'm out here in the northern Wisconsin barrens of Chequamegon National Forest, just driving around today. The weather's been a little odd. It'll sprinkle and rain once in a while, then it'll clear up, then it'll cloud up, sprinkle and rain for a little while, and do it again. And it hasn't been raining enough to actually make everything wet. It's just been raining enough to make you not want to be out there wandering around in that stuff. And it's a pleasant day. It's in the upper 50s out here. Low humidity. It's really nice. It's really nice. So what I'm doing is I'm just recording some footage on the GoPro 7. I'm still trying to master the GoPro 7. And at this point, it's going well. I've got a new windshield mount, and I'm going to try that out. And I'm heading in the direction of Horseshoe Lake and Pine Lake, and I want to take a look at something that they're doing out in a logging area that I showed before. I've done a couple of videos. I kind of ranted about it. I talked to the Forest Service. I talked to a couple of local loggers, and I was raising quite the stink about it and what they did out there. And lo and behold, they felt the pressure. So they got a contract with XL Energy, and they're chipping all of that wood and delivering it to the XL Energy coal and gas-fired power plant in Ashland. And they'll burn those chips as fuel instead of coal, which they do every year. I mean, right now, close to 80% of the fuel source for that power plant is wood chips. And they opted to purchase this timber for wood chips to run the power plant. So, I have to say, the Forest Service stepped up, and I am very happy that they decided they're going to contract and let XL Energy purchase the chips to fuel the power plant. So we're going to take a peek at that when we get over that way. But right now I'm going to just show you a little bit of video on the way in towards Horseshoe Lake off of the new windshield mounted system and see how stable it is. So let's take a little ride, and then I'll catch you guys down the road just a little bit. See you in a minute. Now, none of the campgrounds in the Chequamegon Forest are supposed to be open, but the gate is open. So are they coming in and making sure people aren't spending the night? It's hard to say. See, the whole information board, you can see it there. The whole information board is empty. They removed the pay station post. Parking area back here for day use parking. So the campground is technically closed, but the day use area is open. So folks with horses or folks that just want to hike can come in here and use it on day use. The facilities of course are all closed, and I see they have access to the campground. The accesses are closed. You can see a road closed barriers there. And road closed barriers there. So the campground itself is closed, but the day use is open. That's nice. That's nice. Be much nicer if they opened the campground back up. So we're heading out of here, and we're gonna zip ourselves over to Pine Lake. Yeah, they still got a lot of wood to chip yet. Well, they got rid of they got rid of 3 of the big piles. They'll be back in here with that chipper to finish these last 2 piles up. Yeah, they're cutting it up. They're cutting it up pretty good. That'll be all cleaned out of there, which will be very nice. Give the forest a chance to recover. But I'm very glad that they did that. Very glad. So, we're not far from Pine Lake. Now, you may have noticed throughout this video, there's quite a few cuts here and there, more than likely. Because these long drives, I don't know, for a lot of folks, yeah, to go out on a long drive, they'd rather just jump in their own vehicle and go do it. But please remember that a lot of folks that follow my channel are homebound. They do not get out. They can't get out. They don't live near a national forest like this. So they don't have the privilege or the opportunity to get out here and take rides like this. So that's one reason I do these, is so that folks that typically don't have the chance to be out and about, at least they can come here and take a ride, and we can talk about the outdoors and what's going on and the beauty and the pleasure of having access. That's one thing I like about this stretch too, is there are spots that you can slide into with a truck and a trailer, a camper, small camper, and set up camp. Come out here and spend days. You can spend up to 14 days in any one spot. And if you come prepared, you're self-contained, you brought plenty of water, you've got a way to deal with your human waste and your garbage, you have to haul everything out, then by golly, you can get out here and there's plenty of spaces you can squeeze in and enjoy the nice quiet solitude of the outdoors out here all by yourself. Ooh. Well, here's the crossroad with the blacktop last video, and this is now the road to Pine Lake. And this is a rough bugger in here. There's just, we'll see how the camera does. This will probably be a fairly long video, but I'll cut it as much as I can. Big bump. Oh. Another rough spot. Whoop, da boom, boom. Yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna be real busy. I gotta get this truck totally cleaned out, and I gotta inventory all the gear I got in the truck. I gotta finish inventorying and getting the gear out of the adventure trailer, and then be prepared to start working on the adventure trailer tomorrow. Here we go. Hard to tell, but it doesn't look like anybody's down in here today. You can usually make out fresh tire tracks back in here because a lot of sugar sand and some of the wet, muddy areas. Yeah, there could be somebody down in here. Yeah, when I haul the adventure trailer down in here, that's going to be interesting. I'm glad to see this didn't wash out too bad because, oh boy, for about 3 days we had some pretty serious storms. No, we do have someone down in here. They must be down. Yep, they came down in here and they put a boat in. See, if you had a little powered fishing boat, that'd be pretty nice. If you're all by yourself out here. But I really don't prefer power boats coming in here. It's such a small lake that I would much rather see people come in with non-powered boats, kayaks, canoes, even rowboats. But powered boats, totally unnecessary in this tiny little lake. But, so, one person down at Pine Lake. Now, if I was camping down here and somebody showed up to go fishing, what would I care? I mean, they're not going to be a disturbance at all. And this is where I really, when I get to go out for my week, which will be about a week and a half from now, that's where I want to go for my first camp of the year. Just go hang out at Pine Lake for a week, do some kayaking, a little bit of fishing. I think it'll be a blast. I'm going to turn this around for a minute. Oh, if I can. So you folks, whoa, this is a big bump. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. So folks, hey, Sty's out driving around today. Another video of Sty just driving around in the backwoods. I can't do this all day. I gotta stop. So I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna pick up some firewood. Oh, and I'm gonna have myself a sandwich. Here's a real bumpy spot. Oh, but boom, boom. And I want to thank you all for coming along on another ride with me. Hey, these rides, we'll be cutting them back a little bit, but I've got, yeah, oh, lordy. There we go. Yeah. Some of these spots in this road give you all kinds of exercise. So, I'll tell you what. I'm at a crossroad. I got about 5 miles, and I'm gonna just wrap this video up. When I get down there, I start collecting some firewood down there. I'm gonna probably throw the camera back on and film a little there, and I'll do a separate video talking about that. And then after that, I'm gonna do another video of driving. So you're gonna have a couple of these road trip videos. But I'm going to be driving on some of the more unimproved roads than what I've been on. There's we got some backwoods roads up here that are really fun and interesting to drive. And hopefully we'll run into something, some wildlife or something. But until we get to that, thanks for being here for this. Hey folks, get out there, take in the outdoors. Love every minute of it. Life is short. Grab it by the horns and enjoy it. And until the next time, you all have a very, very nice day. Bye-bye.